Hey there crew. Before this video starts, I kinda want to explain a little bit of what all happened. So about a week ago, Ravassa ended up tweeting asking how much we would donate to her fundraiser for charity if she were to get the Sombra side shave. The charity was for a school in Colombia, Trinity School, which is to help low-income families be able to afford an education for their children. So, I told her I would donate $25 and run a charity live stream for her if she would be willing. Well, she had tweeted that she had loved the idea, and I invited her on air and she agreed. We ended up raising $876.45, and we were able to get a 40-minute Q&A with her, which you're about to see. But before you watch, make sure you check out down below because the fundraiser still is ongoing and the link is down there. Just let her know the unknown artist sent you. Also, Carolina, if you are watching, thank you so much for joining, and I really do hope you had as much fun as we did. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Stay positive, stay creative, and I'll catch you all later.
Hello, Sombra online. I accepted, but try.
Yeah, I think it should be good.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, okay, they can hear you now. All right, so
You want to say
I
hi?
did.
I got a little someone here for 2 seconds.
Oh, do it.
Hello, namaste. Symmetra.
Yes! That is awesome. How are you both doing?
We're doing great.
Yes, it's true what the internet says. We are always together.
She lives in my house. I mean,
Oh,
no,
damn.
she tries to. I don't let her.
Easy killer.
It was funny because we actually talked about that earlier too, and they had said, "Wouldn't that be funny if Symmetra actually came in as well?" And then we're.
She has to run soon.
I
to
do.
Something.
I have to run off to fight crime and do ninja things. So you guys have a blast.
Oh, we definitely will. Also, I wanted to.
Open the path or something.
Yeah, peace out.
That is awesome.
Yes. As a bus rides by because she's leaving.
That's
me.
okay. She had to take the long way. But
She did.
I wanted to let you know, so far through the charity stream, we're about 4 hours in right now. Or a little over 4 hours. And so far we have $654.20.
Shut the front door! Oh my God, you guys are amazing! This is insane!
Oh yeah, I told you we were going to do it. I told you we'd do the 12-hour stream and we'd do it for you.
12 hours? That's insane. I hope you take bathroom
Oh
breaks
no,
and all
yeah,
that
we
good
will.
stuff.
I made sure that I prepped food and everything for today as well too. But yeah, we've just been playing some games and just kind of hanging out and talking with everybody. And I've already gotten art requests and been doing some giveaways and everything too. So it's been a lot of fun.
Hanging out in the are you in the Midwest?
I am on the East Coast.
Oh, where?
I'm in Ohio actually.
Oh, cool. What part?
I won't say specifically that part during the stream.
Oh,
but-
got it. Sorry.
No,
Okay, my
it's
bad.
okay.
Yeah, no. I'm just curious. Because I've been to Columbus and Athens and Cincinnati.
Oh
so.
yeah. No, it's around that area. So yeah, I'll
Around
let you
there.
know
Cool,
afterwards,
okay.
just because I want to keep that away
Yeah,
from
no,
you.
no worries. I get it. Yeah.
But yeah, and then I did ask them too if they had any questions for you, and I don't think they've asked a whole lot yet. But you did say that you wanted to do the signed print giveaway as well for the raffle.
Yeah, I feel like we could raffle off some prints. If like with other live streams, it's just like you kind of roll through the names and your finger hits a name and that's the one who wins. If anyone's incredibly inclined to donate, $200, I'll throw in a print. I wish I could give prints to everybody. It's just so many people have donated. It's gonna
Well,
get out of hand.
what if I
so
told
it's
you
not-
that somebody
it
by
can't be
themselves have already donated $200?
Oh my gosh, then that person gets a print.
There we go.
Yay! Who's this person?
His name is Damien. I won't say last name because he also streams, but
Super. Thank you so much.
yeah, we've gotten 150s, we've gotten 200s, and also my father himself, he's on stream right now too. He has donated $200.
Oh, absolutely. I told you, you kept
Are
not
you
listening. I
kidding
said
me? Your dad
250
is
because I
so
want to beat
cool.
Damien out.
Oh, now he's gonna do
That's what I
250
said,
just to
yes.
beat Damien out.
Oh my gosh. This is all amazing.
Thank you. We're trying to make it work for you.
And so tell me about the stream. It's just gaming or you do other
Currently,
stuff on
right now, we're doing. We started off with Overwatch. We made a whole bunch of custom games because that whole custom like game builder or the design came out. So we made like a whole bunch of games to prep for it. We've been working since yesterday. We've been trying to prep everything and make sure it was ready. So we have been doing Overwatch. We just started playing a game called Use Your Words, which is kind of like, have you ever heard of the game called Jackbox Party Pack? It's kind of like a, like fill in your own kind of phrases on whatever is happening.
I have no idea about what you're talking
It's okay.
about.
It's like fill in the blank, except you can make it really like funny or bad or
Here's
whatever.
some funny stuff. Right
yeah,
there.
so we've been doing that, and we've been kind of like chatting with everybody and seeing what they want to do, and we've kind of made like deals with them too. So like for example, if somebody donated $100, I have a little tracer like figure, and I told them the first person to do that, I would give them that, and I would ship it to them. And then I have like little Nendroids and stuff, so I even have a little Sombra Nendroid. And little Sombra Cupid Deadly, which is like a little cute chibi figure.
Yeah. I got them all.
Yep.
Of
I
course.
told people that if they donated 50, I would let them have those, and then if people donated like 25, I'd do them a drawing and like $10 for dares and stuff like that. So just little fun things to keep them kind of busy and have fun with everybody. So.
Oh my God! Thank you so much. This is really, it warms my heart. I can't. I'm so honored and humbled and grateful. Thank
No
you.
problem. No problem. We're doing it for you. We want to make sure that we get to help the kids and have a good time doing it. And
see what Boomer.
so, yeah, and we do have some questions for you as well too, if you're willing.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So from Ray, he wants to know, what's it like working for Blizzard?
Well, it's fantastic. I've had a really good experience. It's funny. I wish that we got to like go into the office every day and see the Blizzard people every day. But honestly, we only, I've only been in for a handful of sessions because, when I first recorded Sombra, it was a good 4 hours every time. And I went in like 5 times. So let's say about 20 hours there. And then, I'll go in maybe every 6 months to do the new downloadable content or whatever. So in the end, like maybe I've only had 35 hours with them in the last 3 years, which is incredible, but it's not like I get to do it that often.
Right.
So I think that's why when Blizzard does like they do little get-togethers after BlizzCon, we love going just because we get to see everybody. And Andrea Toyas and Michael Chu are really great people to work with. They direct us incredibly well. They love when we bring our own takes to the voice lines. So it's really special.
That is so cool. That is cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Hey, another from Alex. He wants to know, how long will the charity be available? And I'm genuinely curious too, because I've been meaning to tell them, but I haven't had an exact answer. I've seen you had it open until Monday, but I haven't seen for how long you plan to keep it open.
You know what's crazy is my friend who recommended. She said, if you just to try a donation thing to see if people are interested. And I literally just threw that video up randomly, thinking it. I'd get people saying, "Oh, $5, whatever," and then it turned into this thing. So I do not have a plan of action.
Right.
I have I set up the Kickstarter, the GoFundMe. And what I'm thinking is I might leave it open for a good month, because it's not like I'm really trying to set up a goal that's like, for this film, we need this much amount and this is the deadline. I think I might leave it open because I know some people have been like waiting to get paychecks or feeling like, oh, I can't now, but I could in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So there's no rush because I really think I want to give the check to them for Christmas. So,
cool.
If I decide there has to be a cutoff date for whatever reason, I'll probably, I'll let everybody know on my social media platforms. But for now, I think I'll leave it up at least for 2 weeks, just because, I'm kind of letting people take their time with what they can donate and when.
Right. And see, like with that too.
I mean, I'll probably get the shave sooner, I think. But yeah, and even after I get the shave, I think maybe people will feel inclined after they see it. So that's why I don't want to just cut it off.
Right, you want to hesitate a little bit, but not too long.
Right.
Yeah, and I know too, like some people have been saying that they didn't have the money right now, but they did want to still do it, and they were asking, and I'm like, I know she said till Monday, but I don't know for sure, so I can't really tell you for sure. But
oh yeah, no, I also wanted. I don't want people to just kind of forget about it, so that's why I said I'll leave it open through the weekend.
Right.
But I mean, it'll probably be a little bit more just to, to let people organize themselves.
All right, thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And how many questions do you mind answering? Because they're going nuts right now.
Oh yeah, no, I'm here. I do have to prepare for an audition a little bit later, but I'm gonna skip my gym earlier to talk to you guys, and then I'll go.
Thank you so much for doing that. I really do appreciate that, because I've been telling about it.
No, I appreciate you.
Thank you. We're trying really hard and everything. And I mean, heck, I've been telling them throughout this stream, and they've been freaking out about it. So,
oh, cool.
Ray. From earlier too. I was requested earlier if we could have a boop, the audio line.
Remind me what your live stream is called.
Right now. Like the
yeah, or your Twitch channel.
Well, my name on YouTube is The Unknown Artist, as well as on Twitch, and the name of this live stream is Trinity School Charity Live Stream, and then I have Help Sarma Teach Kids to Hack.
Okay, no, give me the artist one again.
The Unknown Artist, and has the same logo.
Okay, so I feel like Boop always has to go with another voice line. So, hacking the Unknown Artist.
What?
That is awesome. That is so cool. Thank you.
You guys are too funny.
And they're, what's funny too is they've been talking this whole stream. They are all just dead silent right now because I got like 2 calls running and they are like so quiet.
And that's
funny.
so unusual.
Yeah, it's so unusual because they talk for hours.
Oh my God, that's too funny. How many people do we have on right now?
In chat, we currently have what looks to be...
We're just listening.
Karma's just yells from the background, we're just listening. But currently we have 11 viewers, but we've had people come in and out quite a bit.
Okay, super cool. When you're, I really don't know how this Twitch stuff works. I'm an old lady, and you guys are you youngins who know how to do this well.
Not.
Usually it's available after. Right?
Yeah, it's available after.
Right? Like you can put it on YouTube.
Yeah, so pretty much currently I'm streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and DLive. And DLive doesn't have, they're all streaming and video platforms, right? So they don't, like DLive doesn't have a video save after, like a VOD afterwards. But YouTube and Twitch both do save the videos. Twitch only lasts for, I think, a week, though. And then YouTube lasts for as long as YouTube will last. Unless it gets taken down.
Cool. I mean, feel free to, once you have a link so people can watch it afterwards, I'm happy to retweet it, and if anyone wants to listen in later.
Awesome. Yeah, I can even clip that part too, or where you come in and I can clip it for you and make a video out of it too.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah, so ask away and we'll make this
awesome.
profile.
Okay, let's ask. Get all your guys' questions, and let me pull open one from Discord as well, because I know that we had one in questions for the crew.
Did you get a chance to see the poster you done too?
Hmm?
Did you get a chance to see the poster you done?
Oh, yeah, if you can, I'll message you too. I'll do it on Skype really quick because I want to. Actually, I don't even know if I can message on Skype. I haven't touched Skype in a long time. But I did make a thumbnail for it too, and I kind of wanted your opinion on it. But I will.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Hold off on that because I don't know if you'll like it or not. I kind of tried to make up my own little charity design because I know the
she will love it. She will love it. Yes.
Hey, that's cool. I appreciate all of the help you guys are giving, so I'm really just grateful for everything. Thank you.
No problem. It's our pleasure entirely. From Beryl, for how did you become a voice actor is what Beryl would like to know.
Well, I first became an actor, but I didn't really choose to become an actor. I like to say that it chose me because I was a tiny 5-year-old and I did this singing solo in the choir at my school, and I loved it so much that I auditioned for the musical a couple months later. So I did my first musical when I was 5, The Sound of Music, and I freaking loved it.
Yeah, that is a good one.
And then ever since, I've just loved acting, and part of acting is using your voice in different ways. So when I moved to New York City, I took these voiceover classes to just start doing commercial voiceover because I heard, oh, that's how actors pay their bills sometimes, not really knowing that it was a really fun thing. And so I did a lot of random voiceover things in Spanish in New York. And then, I was trying to do cartoons and stuff, but there's not that much of that work in New York. But I was really lucky that Blizzard was auditioning Sombra in different cities, so that's how I booked it. And then I realized, oh my God, voice acting is a thing for real, and it happens in LA. So I moved to LA it's going to be 2 years. And since then, I've been doing a lot of different voice work for cartoons and other video games. I had worked in video games before Overwatch, a lot of Rockstar games, GTA 5 and Grand Theft Auto. I said that twice.
You're okay.
Max Payne 3, and Red Dead Redemption 2. But you know, Sombra's obviously been the biggest role and the one I love the best.
You're
so
right.
I'm really happy to have gotten it.
And I had actually read up on that too, but I wanted to let them know and ask away everything they wanted to ask too. So that's really cool. Thank you.
Super.
You know, I used
sorry if
to
my
live
answers are long.
real close to LA too. Yes.
You are going to LA too?
No, my father apparently used to live really close to
I
it.
did. I actually lived out in the West Covina and Hacienda Heights area. La Puente.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
That's amazing. Yippee!
Okay, so from Karma, he wants to know if you could have your own voice line, what would it be? And also to tell her that he loves you and what you do in general on your channel.
Oh, thank you. I love you too. So, you know, I got my favorite voice line already. I told Michael Chu, I got two things I liked. I told Michael Chu about this thing, like a saying that Latino parents use for their kids when they like fall and scrape their knee, or you know how little kids fall and it's not a big fall, but they start crying and you kind of just need to calm them down. There's a saying in Spanish that goes, sana que sana, colita de rana. And it's just like a little rhyming thing. And I suggested it enough times and they finally took it. So it's funny because it's also saying heal, heal. And so it kind of works with I need healing.
Yes.
So that one got in game. And then people started asking me what Sombra's teddy bear's name was. And I was like, I don't freaking know. But I was thinking about another thing that's very common among most Latinos in America and in Latin America is when we watch Star Wars, I swear to God, we all thought that R2-D2's name was Arthur in Spanish. And little Arthur would be Arturito. So we kept thinking that like they were pronouncing it wrong by saying R2-D2 instead of Arturito. So any Spanish speaker thinks that R2-D2's name is being pronounced wrong and that it's Arturito. So that's why they named Sombra's teddy bear Arturito.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yes, but Michael is way smarter, and instead of just like saying, "Oh, Sombra's teddy bear's name is this," he actually wrote a voice line that is me talking to Hammond, and I say, "You remind me of my teddy bear Arturito, but he's way cuter." So I'm dissing Hammond in a very cute way.
That I love that. I didn't know that actually. I've heard it. I didn't know. I guess that's really cool.
Yeah. But it's not like I often say, "Oh my God, I've got these great voice lines." I just, when they're very, very specific to, you know, Mexico or something that I know Hispanics will connect to because, you know, our characters are very specific to our nationalities. Right. I think that that's why I brought them up. But I don't often say, "Hey, I got this great voice line. You should include it," because I think Michael does a way better job than any of us at inventing voice lines. So
I still love them though when you guys actually get to throw in your own too. I think that's really neat.
Yeah,
I apologize. Fun. I keep like trying to clear my throat. I'm a little bit sick. I'm trying to end my cold that I've had for like a week. So I do apologize if I'm like coughing and stuff on and off throughout this.
I am so offended by your
know,
coughing.
My goodness. Michael wanted to know, do you play Overwatch? And if you do, who is your main that you would use?
Well, obviously my main is Sombra.
Silly.
Guys, I have played a handful of times and I am so bad it's not even funny. It's kind of embarrassing. So I don't play often because I'm, you know, usually trying to audition for the next video game / cartoon or like a film and TV role. So we're busy doing that stuff. And also I'm just so pathetic at gaming that like it kind of makes me cringe. So I've done it on 2 Twitch live streams.
Right.
Fitzy here is a great Sombra player, and he had me on and taught me a little bit. And Brian Descartes, the main actor from Detroit Become Human, is one of my good friends, and he had me on to play Overwatch. And we both stunk.
I remember seeing that.
Oh my God, it's so painful to watch. But you know, I always have fun doing it, so I don't take it too seriously because.
Well, you never
Well,
should with games.
Where's the fun? Where's the fun in being fair?
Yes. That is awesome.
I keep trying to find more real life moments where I can just throw in my voice.
I mean,
lines.
it's working really well, so.
Yes.
We'll do.
Rhythm. See what Rhythm says your favorite voice.
Yeah, I do like that. Okay, so from Ethan, he would like to know who's your favorite voice actor from the rest of the cast?
Guys, that's a very unfair question, but Anjali Bhimani, I don't want to answer it, but Anjali, it's a hard thing to.
Don't want to be put on spot.
You know, it's just unfair to Anjali. No, I mean, obviously I see Anjali like every other day of my life. So, and we've traveled so much. We've become incredibly close and she's just a lovely human being. But
Yes.
I love a lot of the cast members. Fyodor Chin Zenyatta has us over often and he makes the best burgers.
Oh, no.
We see Johnny and Jen and Chloe a lot. And Lucy, I miss her. She's in New York. So, you know, there's a lot of them that I've become really close to. But some just live far away, you know, so we can't see them that. Like I love Elise, but she's in China,
Right,
you know.
right.
So they're all just a fabulous group of humans. So I've been very lucky to be thrown into this family.
Yes, very. It's so
What's,
cool.
What's the one with the described King Cruiserman?
No,
Okay. Never mind.
it's a meme. Yeah, no, I just think it's cool too because you see some casts and everything too that aren't very close and don't really hang out a lot or really talk to each other or get to see each other much. And I think it's really cool that you guys actually get to like see each other all the time and be able to interact and be able to just hang out and be friends
Yeah.
and everything as well.
Well, you know what's interesting is I think that we're very lucky.
Oh no, she's cutting out. Are you still there?
Because
Oh no. Are you there? There
No.
we go. Okay.
did you miss me?
What'd she say?
She's finding perfect ways
Yes,
to put
I
in all
use
of
it.
her voice lines,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's great.
I know. I'm getting good at this. Being here all along.
I feel like you're doing this on purpose now, just to be able to do it too.
It's so fun. No, I did lose you. I was like scrolling through my Skype to try and call you again. I thought I had been disconnected.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to where you said lucky, and then it all started kind of like cutting out. I'm like, oh no.
There must be a glitch in the system. Okay,
This
I'm gonna
is
stop.
too.
I'm gonna
You're
stop.
doing
I'm
too.
gonna
You're
stop.
way too good at this.
No, it's getting. Trust me, it's never been this good. It's really serendipitous right now. Oh, I was gonna say that we've been very lucky to be getting invited to these Comic Cons because, you know, I've worked on a lot of projects with really amazing cast members, movies, all these things where, you know, you work tightly for 3 weeks or 2 months or whatever, and you love everybody on the set and you want to hang out, but you know, everyone moves on to a different project or whatever, as have we in Overwatch. But because we get to go to conventions, it's like, you know, we're kind of obliged to hang out with each other because we're in the same city, and it's like a really good excuse to see people.
Right.
So I think that the cons have really been a godsend because we get to, like, you know, meet up in the randomest cities just because we're there for work.
And
you
be
know,
with
so
the
it's
community
kind of
and
fun
actually see each
to
other.
get to. Yeah.
Also, I would like to let you know too. While we've been talking, the donation amount is now up to $804.20.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. Craziness. Absolute
It's
craziness.
just going up. They're having fun with it too, and I made a deal with them as well that if we got to $750, I would dye my hair purple for Sombra, and so that's the thing now. Yeah.
Dude, you're gonna make me look bad. Everyone wants me to dye it purple, but I can't quite commit to the color because of work stuff.
Right.
But you know, I mean, at some point,
You
it
could
might
do like
happen.
the washout ones though for just a little bit on and off, just to at least appease them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I feel like that would at least be, you know, fun too. So,
But those washouts never are just washouts. There's always weird
Yeah.
remnants of something
I-
left.
I've
know?
done that before, and it stayed dark, so I get you there.
It was the black one.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, it was black, and it went and stayed real dark brown. It's like more of a chocolate brown now, more than it is dirty blonde. Let's see. I just want to read through and see what some of the best questions would be to ask you real quick. Okay, what do you think about the Overwatch community from my friend Red, and all the memes that are made from the game, if you've seen them?
I have seen a ton, but let me tell you, there is too much to keep up with. I see a lot of stuff on anytime I get tagged on Instagram. Right. When you tag the actual picture, I always see those. I don't go on Tumblr, and I know that a gazillion things live on there that I've missed. I love the Overwatch community so much. I really think that you guys are a great group of people that just wants to connect and be friends online and play this fabulous game and share fan art. I absolutely love the fan art. I get saddened sometimes when I hear about the online bullying. I think that I wish people didn't take it so seriously to be so rude to each other when it does happen. But I don't play and I don't see the bullying that happens, so I don't know the extent of it. But I have heard people say, oh, it's so toxic, and I think that if there was something I could change, it would be that. But besides that, every single person I've met in person or interactions I've had online, for the most part, have been really positive, and it's been a great thing to be a part of.
Most definitely. I would definitely will agree with you on that too, because it gets pretty toxic sometimes, and it's kind of sad because gaming used to just be about having fun and being able to spend time with your friends and everything, like friends and family, and now it's just become kind of a mess. But
I mean, but I have met couples that got married because they met on Overwatch, friends that have become great friends because they met online and then finally met at a convention, or a guy moved down from Philly to Florida to be with his boyfriend because they met on Overwatch. And those stories just, I kid you not, they make me cry. I am such a little mushball when I meet people at cons and they tell me their stories. So I've heard some really fabulous things that have come out of the game.
Oh, most definitely. Even like all the fan art and just being able to like have something that people are really passionate about too, I think is something that like kind of hits home,
Yeah. Absolutely.
My friend Alex would like to know what kind of character do you prefer to voice, as in sassy, shy, etc.?
I mean, it sounds like I'm being paid to say this. I really think that I finally found a character I love to play, which is Sombra, and the sass and sarcasm definitely comes to me easily. So I think that's why I booked Sombra in the first place. Like she just clicks with my kind of dark sense of humor. Of course it's a challenge and a fabulous thing to book like cutesier characters or more fantasy kind of angel type things. So I auditioned for all sorts of things, and I'm hoping to be able to record more of those. But like recently I recorded a kind of a gruff car mechanic, and she kind of sounded like this, So I think I also just really like fun comedic characters. As I do my sketch comedy, so I do like comedy quite a bit.
No, yes, most definitely. And I don't know, I think Sombra is such a fun character as it is too anyways, because she acts so innocent and stuff, but she always has that plan like 2 steps ahead of you, and so snarky about it all, and it's
Absolutely.
so much fun.
Well, I mean, I also just feel like I handed the most like awesomely written character, like Michael just made her so cool, and the designers, that I'm just like, oh my god, I'm so lucky, she's more badass than I'll ever be.
Doubtful, but
no, I'm serious. Like, are you kidding?
I mean, look what you're doing for the kids though right now too. That's pretty badass.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I didn't think it was going to turn into this thing, and then I'm like, oh my god, I'm running a fundraiser that I started by mistake. So
I mean, that's the community though. That's the good part of the community that you like to see though too. So
yeah, absolutely.
I'll if you are kind of getting closer on time, you just let me know, okay? Too, don't be afraid to cut me off at all.
Yeah, let's do another 10 minutes.
That sounds good. Okay, 250. Karma would like to know, when did you actually meet Brian Descartes?
Oh my gosh. Okay, Brian and I met over 10 years ago
Really?
because, yes, we were both working as extras on a movie called Step Up 3D.
Okay, that makes more sense now. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, and so we met on that. I think he's found footage and he put it on his Instagram somewhere. And we met there, and then I think I was lucky and I got upgraded, so I got a few lines in the movie, so I got to shoot some more scenes. But Brian and I, we Facebooked each other and we kept in touch, just kind of like, oh cool, I met this guy Brian on set, and then he moved out to LA and I didn't see him for 10 years, and then he reached out asking about like some gaming stuff, and I didn't know why, but it was because he was already recording Detroit Become Human, but he couldn't talk about it. And so we just met up for coffee, in LA, because I had just moved, and I was like, hey dude, I haven't seen you since we were 20 something,
Right.
And we just talked about games and Comic Cons and stuff. And little did I know that, freaking Detroit Become Human was going to blow up, or that he was going to blow up because of his awesome live streaming. And they're just like, him and Amelia are just so fabulous. And now that I live in LA, obviously, I'm going to see them more. So it's been a nice little kind of come back around full circle from our young days when we were just trying to get into the unions.
Yeah.
You would do extra work so you could get a SAG-AFTRA waiver to get enough points to be in the union, and that's why we were doing it,
Right.
So those were the good old days. I was waiting tables, and I don't think he ever waited tables, but you just got to pay your bills somehow until stuff starts happening.
Most definitely. And actually, to go along with that too, Michael wants to know if you found Overwatch to be your big break, or were you already doing well? He says, I know actors and voice actors especially have a hard time making living wages.
Yeah, I did. I waited tables for 6 to 7 years in New York City, so that was how I was paying my bills. Because you'd book gigs here and there, but I never made enough money to cover my bills. And when I booked Overwatch, I had already quit waiting tables. But I was literally living month to month. Like, I'd book little gigs, and I was just like praying that, the next gig would come just to make ends meet that month, and I could pay rent. And so it was even with the Overwatch money, the session fees, like, it's money that you use for rent, but that was it. I wasn't, after that session was done, it's not like I got any more, so it's not like I was paying my bills comfortably either. So it was just like I had to trust the universe that enough gigs would come where I wouldn't have to be so tight every month.
Yeah.
But since then, I moved out to LA, and I've booked a lot more voice gigs, and it's just nice to have like steady work that like I constantly go on for Cartoon Network. I worked on another video game this past year, so it's just like knowing that there's more work coming is a great thing. But yeah, oh my God, it took a good 8 years before I was even comfortable knowing that, next month I'll be fine. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of struggle until you have something steady going. And that's why I think a lot of people do Twitch, and there's just so many different ways to make ends meet. But I babysat, I worked at a flower shop, I did catering, you name it, I did a lot of voice sessions for just random companies that needed like a narration for their video or translation recordings. Some of them were really boring. One was a medical one where I would say everything in English and then everything in Spanish. And I remember doing a 7-hour session where I was just like, oh my God, shoot me in the head. But that was my bread and butter. So.
Right.
It's not always been Sombra.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody comes from somewhere.
That's exactly right.
And actually, I got a question for you too on that, because I know we got quite a few more questions people want answered, and I'm kind of like running past some to try to make sure we get all the big points that I think would be very important too.
Sure.
From your perspective, what would be like the number one thing, like, because you have like the fame and stuff now, right? Or you at least have the notability and everything. What do you think is one of the most important things to know as a person or like in a life sense for working and for going for what you want to do and for your dreams and stuff, what would you say is the number one thing?
I think more than talent, it is persistence, because I know tons of really, really talented people that have been at it for 10 years and it still hasn't been their moment. So it's just, hey, you need to keep persisting. You need to stick with it, because sometimes, unfortunately, our breaks come a little bit later. And I'm still, we still audition for video games left and right. And there's a ton that I don't book. So it's not like Sombra just gave me this like magical power that all of a sudden now I book a bunch of other stuff. Like, I still have to prove myself for other video games and for cartoons and for all this stuff. And there's still projects that I wish I was doing that I didn't book. So it's like a constant challenge, or, you just have to keep proving yourself for projects. But I think that if you really truly love something and you want it to happen, you have to stick with it through good and bad. And if it's something that you wouldn't, you can't imagine doing anything else other than that. So say, some people say, oh, I'd love to pursue voice acting. And I go, okay, is there anything else that you'd prefer to do? And people are like, oh yeah, well, I think I'd have more fun, being a graphic designer or something. Then I say, then do that, because acting and voice acting has to be this thing that you can't live without, because it's sometimes so painful to live through years and years of not booking stuff, that you need to know that it's like this thing that you just love so much that you need to persist till the day you die, kind of thing.
Right.
And some people who have stopped acting, I don't think that they've quit because they're not good enough or because they're not strong enough. I just think, we make life decisions that say, hey, I think I might be a happier person if I do this 9 to 5 that gives me stability and gives me a chance to see my family on important dates, instead of like, oh, I'm shooting a random project, or I have to be available for this in this random country, because acting takes you away from a lot of normal person things like weddings and Christmases and, know. So I think that you just need to love it so much that you will persist trying to succeed at it. And again, like, I think that, yes, we have a social media following, but that still doesn't guarantee the next job or the next paycheck or the next really awesome role. It's, we still have to keep doing it, showing up at auditions, and I'm taking voice lessons now so I can get better at that. We're always working on something.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, I went off into this tangent.
That was exactly what I wanted. Like, that was perfect, honestly. That's what I was pretty much hoping for. So,
yeah. Because I think that some people just think that we woke up and one day I was Sombra and one day she was Symmetra and boom. And it's like, if you look at Anjali's resume, she's been acting her butt off since she was 20 years old. Yeah. And, that includes a bunch of film and TV and a bunch of letdowns and a bunch of crying and a bunch of laughter. And it's just, we do have a resume beyond video games but it's just, this was what happened to Pop. So we there's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears on all fronts. I think most of the people on Overwatch have worked their butt off at some point or another to get to where they are. Most
certainly. Everybody's still a person. Yeah. They're not some higher being or something. Everybody still has to do it, so.
Yeah. And there's no shortcut. I can't just give you Jeff Kaplan's phone number and have you guys audition. It's putting in the training and all these different things that you have to prepare before you hit it, kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. That's exactly what I was hoping for. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, I'd love to see not right now, but if you could via Twitter maybe share some of the art, that would be really cool. I'm happy to retweet it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know all the other stuff that is going on this live stream. So feel free to. I think Twitter's the best tool so that I can reshare it and that kind of stuff. Because I just realized you talked about the art, but I haven't been able to see it, and
okay.
I don't think I'll be able to now.
No, that's A-okay. The last thing I was going to bug you about, because there's a lot of questions and everything too, but from you personally, what does Trinity mean to you? Because I know that your family has helped with it. I know you've helped with it. And because I know it's kind of like on the last couple minutes here, what does it mean to you?
I mean, it's just since I was really young, since I was born, my family was involved with this school and has always worked really hard to get donations for the kids, the parents, the teachers. It's just it's trying to get them an education and keep them off the streets, because there's a really beautiful afternoon program where they learn an instrument and then they get to perform a concert. And these kids need extracurricular activities that they're not paying for, so that they're not just wandering the streets and probably getting into trouble. Right. So I think it's a really beautiful endeavor. And since I was young, my parents and grandma and uncle taught me about the importance of helping out when you can. And so I do think education is the answer to a lot of the problems in the world. And it's not just education so you can go to college. I just think that if you could get educated in to read and write and the most basic things, and you can start your own little business, or you can, whatever it is that you want to do. I do think that it's kind of the answer to life. So it's an important thing. And that's why I think donating to a school is one of the things I care most about. So.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
That's exactly what I was hoping for. And I started looking into it myself and everything too. And I tried finding the site and trying to find everything that I could on it. And
so unfortunately, it's kind of a mom and pop run thing. So they don't even have a website, which is something that the more I get involved with, I just need to tell my dad we need to get this together, right. But it's always just been, donations that are sent through a charity, and then it's a check is written to the school. And I trust my dad with everything he does, and he takes care of it all. So it's pretty legit, but it's hard to prove it to some people out here that are like, well, can I see the website? And it's like, oh shoot, sorry, it's just been like this family run thing. So but I'm going to work on that so that in future years it becomes easier to donate to it. But I do hope to be there this Christmas and be able to, make a video showing you guys the school and hopefully the kids, if they're around still, because I go kind of closer to Christmas, they might be out. But I really want to be able to share all of that. So
yeah, that would be awesome. Honestly, I would love to see that. I know all of them, they would as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do that. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, I got to leave you with some voice lines.
Let's do it.
Mess with the best and die like the rest. Oh, somebody said everything can be shaved and everyone.
Yes. Or hack the hair.
Oh, I wrote hack the haircut, I think.
Yep.
And apagando las luces.
Yes, that's awesome.
Super cool. Thank you so much, dude. This has been amazing. And thank your dad. What the heck? Oh my gosh.
He is amazing, I will say. He has helped me through a lot of this stuff as well. So he's
That's
probably
great.
the biggest inspiration right now. So, and he's helping out with this. I even asked him if he could just be here for this, and he took time away from work to do it too. So.
Oh.
Hey, and I want to tell you thank you so much, because you're a big inspiration. So thank you.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. I hope you have a great, how many more hours to go?
We got
7?
About 7 and probably like 20 minutes to go.
Oh my God.
And we're already at 8:04 right now, so it's...
Woo! Oh my God, this is super exciting. Oh, I'll let you do the raffle for the prints. Does that sound like a plan?
Yes, that sounds perfect.
And you can just send me the names and the addresses, and I'll send a print signed. And Dad, you get a print because you donated $200.
Thank you.
And
super
everyone
cool.
says thank you as
guys.
well in chat, and we're all very, very happy and appreciative that you joined.
No, thank you. Have a great day, and I'll keep in touch soon.
Okay, thank you very, very much.
Okay,
bye.
Ciao.
That was cool. So, what'd you guys think of that? Was that worth the wait?
Yeah, it was worth it.
It was. I need to see it all, yeah. I wanna see it all, I wanna see it all, yeah. I'd give anything just to leave this town tonight. I'd give anything just to leave this town